here to cause confusion. All these weak rappers now.
1995 was a pivotal year for 2Pac Shakur, a year that would test his spirit and ultimately define his legacy. The world watched as the young rapper, already a controversial figure, found himself at the center of a storm that threatened to consume him. Behind bars on sexual assault charges, his career hung in the balance. The headlines were relentless, painting him as both a villain and a victim, while fans wondered if they'd ever hear his voice again. Yet even prison couldn't silence his voice. 2Pac poured his pain and frustration into his music, scribbling lyrics on scraps of paper and recording messages from behind bars. His album Me Against the World, released during his incarceration, topped the charts, proving his staying power. It was a testament to his resilience, as he became the first artist to have a #1 album while serving time in prison. But his legal woes, coupled with the pressures of fame, weighed heavily on the young rapper. The glare of the media was unrelenting, and the burden of his circumstances was almost too much to bear. Enter Suge Knight, head of Death Row Records, a man known for his imposing presence and street connections. Knight was a powerful figure in the music industry, feared and respected in equal measure. Knight saw in 2Pac a raw talent, a voice for the streets, and an opportunity to shake up the industry. He recognized 2Pac's potential to become a superstar, someone who could take Death Row to new heights. He orchestrated 2Pac's release on bail, posting a $1.4 million bond in exchange for a 3-album deal. It was a high-stakes gamble, but one that would pay off in ways no one could have predicted. This alliance would change hip-hop forever, setting the stage for a new era of West Coast dominance and fierce rivalries that would shape the culture for years to come. 2Pac, now aligned with the West Coast's most powerful label, was ready to unleash his fury. He returned to the studio with a sense of urgency, determined to make up for lost time and prove his doubters wrong. He had stared down his demons, faced the legal system, and emerged with a new sense of purpose. The fire inside him burned brighter than ever, fueling his creativity and ambition. The world was watching, and 2Pac was ready to give them a show they wouldn't forget. Every move he made was scrutinized, every lyric dissected, as he prepared for his next act. His comeback album, All Eyez on Me, would be his most ambitious project yet. A double-disc epic that would redefine hip-hop and cement his place as a legend. It was more than just music, it was a statement of survival, resilience, and the unbreakable will of 2Pac Shakur. All Eyez on Me wasn't just an album title, it was 2Pac's reality. He felt the scrutiny of the media, the watchful eyes of the law, and the expectations of his fans. Every move he made was analyzed, every word dissected. 2Pac was living under a microscope, and he knew it. The title also reflected his environment. The streets were always watching, waiting for him to slip, to fall from grace. His enemies, both real and perceived, were lurking, eager to exploit any weakness. But 2Pac wasn't afraid. He embraced the attention, using it as fuel for his art. He turned the pressure into power, channeling his anger, frustration, and vulnerability into his music. All Eyez on Me was a declaration. It was 2Pac telling the world, I see you watching and I'm not backing down. He was defiant, unapologetic, and ready to take on the world. All Eyez on Me was a sonic departure from 2Pac's previous work. It was bigger, bolder, and more ambitious. The double-disc format, a first for a solo hip-hop artist, allowed 2Pac to explore a wider range of emotions and sounds. The album was a showcase for the West Coast's finest producers, including Dr. Dre, Daz Dillinger, Johnny J, and DJ Quick. They crafted a soundscape that was both polished and gritty, blending G-funk grooves with hardcore rap aesthetics. Live instrumentation played a more prominent role, adding a richness and depth that was uncommon in hip-hop at the time. Layered beats, intricate samples, and 2Pac's signature flow created a sonic tapestry that was both captivating and confrontational. All Eyez on Me wasn't just an album, it was an experience. It was a journey through the mind of a young man who had seen the highs and lows of life, and who wasn't afraid to share his truth with the world. All Eyez on Me spawned some of 2Pac's most iconic tracks. California Love, featuring Dr. Dre, was an instant classic, a West Coast anthem that celebrated life in the Golden State. How Do You Want It, with its infectious beat and sexually charged lyrics, became a club staple. Ambition's Azarita was a hard-hitting street anthem that showcased 2Pac's lyrical prowess. I Ain't Mad at Cha, a poignant reflection on forgiveness and lost friendships, revealed his introspective side. Each track on All Eyez on Me offered a glimpse into 2Pac's complex psyche. He could be brash and defiant one moment, introspective and vulnerable the next. This duality, this raw honesty, is what resonated with millions of fans worldwide. These songs weren't just hits, they were anthems for a generation grappling with poverty, violence, and social injustice. 2Pac's music gave voice to the voiceless, providing solace and inspiration to those who felt marginalized and unheard. At its core, All Eyez on Me is an album about survival. It's a raw, unfiltered look at what it means to keep your head above water when the world seems determined to pull you under. The album doesn't sugarcoat the reality of the streets. It puts you right in the middle of the chaos, the uncertainty, and the constant fight to stay alive. It's about, navigating the treacherous streets, battling inner demons, and facing challenges that most people can't even imagine. Every day is a test, and every night brings new dangers. It's about just defying the odds, refusing to let your circumstances define you, and finding strength in the struggle. 2Pac's lyrics, man, they really paint a vivid picture of life on the edge, where every decision could be the difference between making it home or not. It's a world where violence is a constant threat, lurking around every corner, and trust is hard to come by. Paranoia isn't just a feeling, it's a way of life, a survival instinct that keeps you alert and alive. Thug life, a term 2Pac helped popularize, was more than just a lifestyle. It was a badge of honor for those who made it through the struggle. It was a code of conduct. It was about loyalty, respect, and protecting your own, even when the world turned its back on you. It was a response to the systemic oppression that many Black Americans faced every single day, a way to reclaim dignity and power in a society that often denied both. But All Eyez on Me wasn't just about struggle and hardship. It was also about hope, resilience, and the moments of joy that shine through the darkness. It was also about celebration. 2Pac embraced life's pleasures, from fast cars and beautiful women to the thrill of success and the pride of making it out. He found meaning in the simple joys of friendship and camaraderie, knowing that these moments were what made life worth living. He understood that life was precious, fragile, and unpredictable, and he never took a single day for granted. He lived every moment to the fullest. This duality, this constant dance between pain and pleasure, fear and hope, this juxtaposition of darkness and light, is what made All Eyez on Me so compelling and unforgettable. The album captured the complexity of 2Pac's world, blending raw emotion with moments of triumph and unity. It was a reflection of 2Pac's own life, a journey marked by both incredible highs and devastating lows. In the end, All Eyez on Me stands as a testament to a life filled with both triumph and tragedy, a legacy that continues to inspire and resonate today. All Eyez on Me was, honestly, a commercial juggernaut. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart, selling over 566,000 copies in its first week. That was a testament to 2Pac's star power, his ability to connect with audiences on a visceral level. The album's success was totally unprecedented for a double-disc release. It really defied industry expectations, proving that hip-hop could be both commercially viable and artistically ambitious. All Eyez on Me went on to sell over 10 million copies in the United States, achieving diamond certification. But it was more than just a commercial success, it was a cultural phenomenon. The album's impact was felt far beyond the realm of music. It sparked conversations about race, class, and violence in America. 2Pac's lyrics, once dismissed by some as gangster rap, were now being studied in college classrooms. All Eyez on Me had shattered barriers and redefined what was possible in hip-hop. It had cemented 2Pac's status as a cultural icon, his voice reaching millions around the world. All Eyez on Me really solidified 2Pac's legacy as one of the greatest rappers of all time. His raw talent, mixed with his unwavering passion and social consciousness, made him a force to be reckoned with. He was a poet, a revolutionary, and honestly, a voice for the voiceless. The album's impact on hip-hop is just immeasurable. It inspired countless artists, from Jay-Z and Eminem to Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. 2Pac's influence can be heard in the music of, so many artists who followed in his footsteps, his words continuing to resonate with each generation. All Eyez on Me was more than just an album, it was a movement. It was a call to action, a demand for justice, and a celebration of life in the face of adversity. It was a testament to the power of music to inspire, to provoke, and to heal. Tragically, 2Pac's life was cut short just months after the release of All Eyez on Me. His murder in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas sent shockwaves through the world. His death, still shrouded in mystery, only added to his mystique. 2Pac's martyrdom further solidified his iconic status. He became a symbol of the struggle, a martyr for a generation that identified with his message of hope and defiance. His music took on a new significance, his words resonating even louder in the wake of his passing. The legend of 2Pac Shakur continues to grow with each passing year. His image adorns murals and t-shirts worldwide. His music continues to inspire and provoke, his words as relevant today as they were decades ago. All Eyez on Me remains a landmark achievement in hip-hop history, a defining moment that forever changed the landscape of music and culture. Nearly 3 decades after its release, the album continues to captivate listeners with its raw energy, lyrical prowess, and timeless themes. Each track pulses with emotion, drawing in new generations who find their own stories reflected in 2Pac's words. It's a testament to 2Pac's enduring legacy, his ability to connect with audiences across generations. From parents who grew up with his music to young people discovering him for the first time, his influence bridges age, background, and experience. The album's themes of survival, resilience, and social justice are as relevant today as they were in 1996. 2Pac's voice echoes in movements for change, his lyrics fueling hope and determination in the face of adversity. 2Pac's music continues to resonate with those who feel marginalized and unheard, providing solace and inspiration in a world often filled with injustice. For many, his songs are a source of strength, a reminder that their struggles are seen and their voices matter. All Eyez on Me is more than just an album, it's a time capsule, preserving the spirit and struggles of an era while remaining powerfully relevant today. It's a snapshot of a pivotal moment in hip-hop history, a time when the genre was evolving at a rapid pace, and artists like 2Pac were pushing boundaries both musically and socially. It's a reminder of 2Pac's enduring impact on music, culture, and society. His artistry and activism continue to inspire countless fans and creators around the world. As long as there are those who struggle for equality, who fight for justice, and who refuse to be silenced, the music of 2Pac Shakur will continue to inspire and empower. His legacy lives on in every voice that dares to speak out. All Eyez on Me is a testament to his enduring legacy, a reminder that his voice will never be silenced, and that his message will echo for generations to come.